Hey everybody, Mary Farias here, doing our 5 minutes of self-development. Hey, this is day 9. Are you with me so far? I hope so. We're on page 35 of my book, How to Study Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. He says, keep your mind alert and you will, oh, sorry, I didn't start that. Keep your mind alert and you will observe exactly what strange power came to the rescue of the child. You will catch a glimpse of this power in the next chapter. Somewhere in the book, you will find an idea that will quicken your receptive powers and place at your command for your own benefit this same irresistible power. The awareness of this power may come to you in the first chapter, or it may flash into your mind in some subsequent chapter. It may come in the form of a single idea, or it may come in the nature of a plan or a purpose. Again, it may cause you to go back into your past experiences of failure or defeat and bring to the surface some lesson by which you can regain all that you lost through defeat. After I had described to Mr. Darby the power unwittingly used by the little child, he quickly retraced his 30 years of experience as a life insurance salesman and frankly acknowledged that his success in that field was due in no small degree to the lesson he had learned from the child. Mr. Darby pointed out, every time a prospect tried to bow me out without buying, I saw that child standing there in the old mill, her big eyes glaring in defiance, and I said to myself, I've got to make this sale. The better portion of all sales I have made were made after people had said no. He recalled, too, his big mistake in having stopped only 3 feet from gold. But, he said, that experience was a blessing in disguise. It taught me to keep on keeping on, no matter how hard the going may be, a lesson I needed to learn before I could succeed in anything. This story of Mr. Darby and his uncle, the little child and the gold mine, doubtless will be read by hundreds of men who make their living by selling life insurance. And to all of these, the author wishes to offer the suggestion that Darby owes to these two experiences his ability to sell more than $1 million of life insurance every year. All right, so there are a few important pieces in this page. He says, keep your mind alert and be aware. So we have to be on the lookout for things to help us move forward, right? He says, go back sometimes into your past failures and notice what you learned from them. Bring those successes, because if they were failures and you learn from them, it is a success, right? We have to understand what we have learned in the past so that we can become the person who we're becoming in the future. One of the important things to understand is that ideas are going to come to us the more that we focus on what it is that we desire. So the more that we think about what we want, the more we play around with it in our minds, the more we attract new ideas to us. But we have to be aware. We have to be ready for them when they come. So what I do is when ideas come to me, and they come to me often, I write them down. I write them down. They may or may not be any good, but I write them down and then I go back to them and then I act upon the ones that look good. Okay. So I highly suggest you start writing down the ideas that come to you, because when you start really focusing on what it is that you want, they're going to come flying at you. And sometimes it'll just be a flash, like Napoleon Hill says, and you're going to forget it if you don't write it down. So write it down in that moment. The other thing too is that we want to understand that he says the gold problem where he stopped 3 feet from gold taught him to keep on keeping on no matter how hard the going may be, a lesson I needed to learn before I could succeed at anything. We need to learn lessons in order to move forward, in order to become the person who has our goal. Bob Proctor says that we don't have a goal to get things, we have a goal to grow. And when we grow, we get things. And so we have to grow into the person who has the things that we want. And we do that through failure. In failing, we learn lessons. We learn what to do and what not to do. So embrace failure, learn your lesson, and move forward. That's it for today. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.